Okay, so today we will go to the module 1 of microcontroller. This is the port and pin. So what is it? In the port and pin we will have some communication with the external device. Example, in the microchip, our chip we will study, we will have the pin in port P in the pictures, and we will use this pin and port to communicate. And we have to study two definitions. First, what is the input? The input is when you want to take the information from the external world. Example, from the sensor, example temperature sensor, from the encoder, or from fog sensor or something like that. Okay, and another definition is output. Okay, the output is you want to change or you want to control something. You want to change the state. What is the state? The state is the logic 0 and 1, right? We already discussed in the last lecture. And as I discussed, our pin or port is the bidirectional. Okay. And about the logic, we have two definitions of logic. It's the TTL and CMOS. And in our microcontroller, we use the TTL. This does mean the logic 0 is 0 volt and logic high is 5 volts. Okay. And first of all, before we go to the module 1, we have the short review about some electrical device that you will use during the courses. The first one is the electric, right? The resistor, right? This is the resistor, and this is the capacitor. Okay, and this is the resistor. Okay, the resistor. What is the function of the resistor? Can you tell me? Okay, the next one is the transistor, right? Transistor MOSFET. This is the diode, right? And this is the LED. Okay. And the next one is we have another definition. This is the pull-up resistor. Okay, why we have this one? As I discussed before, in a microcontroller we use the digital system. We just have the low and high value, right? Low, that means 0 volt, right? And high is 5 volt. Okay, 5 volt. And example in the picture here, example this CVR here, we connect to the pin of the microcontroller, here. Example, at initial state, what is the value of Vout? This is Vout equal to V in, right? V in. Okay. And what happens if we touch the switch? Here. What is the value of Vout? The value of Vout is 0, right? Because it's connected to the ground. Okay, connect to the ground. So that means with this configuration, we will make sure that this pin just receive logic 0 and logic 1. That means just receive 0 voltage and maximum voltage. We don't receive any voltage in between, because if we receive the voltage in between, it will make the microcontroller work not stable. Okay, example, if we don't connect any V in here, example we don't have V in here. So what happened at the initial state? What is the value of Vout? We don't know, right? We don't know. So that means the microcontroller also doesn't know. So the voltage will be float. So it will make the microcontroller work not stable. Okay. And this one is the pull down resistor. Previous lecture, reverse slide, we already saw the pull up resistor, right? This is the pull down resistor. So in the pull down resistor, what is the initial state of the pin? Is 0, right? Is 0, right? When we touch the switch, and Vout is equal to V in, right? V in, right? And normally V in is 5 volt, right? Okay. So this is the pull down resistor. It's it's a pull down resistor and pull up resistor is like the people with right hand side and left hand side. Okay. And in the picture, could you please tell me where is the pull up resistor and pull down resistor? Okay, now we go to the module 1, and this is the picture of our chip. Okay, and we mentioned about the port and pin, right? Port and pin. Okay, port and pin. So in this picture, can you guess how many ports will we have and how many ports will we have? Okay, so we will have the A port, right? E, right? C, D, right? B port, right? So we have 5 ports. Okay, A, B, C, D, E. Okay, and here you can see that here example port A. How many pins in port A? The symbol is that here you can see that is the RA0 here. It belongs to port A. RA1, RA2, RA3, RA4, RA5. Okay. So that means in port A we have 6 pins. Okay, we have 6 pins. And can you tell me what is the number of pin of port B, port C, and port D, port E? Okay. Here, how many pins? Okay, so now we will proceed to make the input and output function, and let's take the example of port A. Okay, so in the picture we can see that the port A have 6 pins, right, from 0 to 5, from 0 to 5. Okay, from 0 to 5. Okay, then you can see that example pin 2, they have the symbol RA0 and splat AN0. That means that the pin 2 have 2 functions. This is the digital function and analog to digital analog function. Okay, and in digital function we will have the input function, input and output function. So to use the input and output function here, first of all we have to choose the pin, to choose the function first. We choose the digital function first. So we will have a method, right? We will have a method to choose this, and then after we make the pin 2 as a digital function, we will have another method to make this pin is the input or output function. Okay, and here to choose which function is it, is we will go to the this special function register here. And what is the special function register? I already discussed with you in the previous lecture note. It's just the register connected physically with the pin. Okay, and to choose the function for the pin, we have to accept the 4-bit here. And example from RA0 to RA5 here, I want all the pin here is digital function. I don't want analog function. So I will look at this table. Okay, and at this table I saw this line. Okay, they have all is the digital function. Or digital function. So that means I have to input this value. So what is this value? So here you can see that 0, 1, 1x. So that means I have to input 0 here, this in here, right? And put 0 here, and then the next one is 1, 1, and this is x, right? X. So that means we can input 0 or 1. Any value we want, so I will input 0 here. Okay, so another and the previous, okay, is 0, 0, 0 and 0. We don't care this value, so we just give them 0. Okay, so that means the value of this register AD 0, 1 will be 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0. Okay, so we don't want to write the binary form because it's too long, so we will write in the hex form. So we will divide into two nipple. So we will write it will become 0x. Here is 0, here is 6, right? So it's 0, 6. Okay, from this method we already choose the function for the pin. Okay, the next one is we want the pin is the input or output, right? So let's make the example. We need the here. So from the picture we know that this is the output function, this is output function, this is input function, this is input function. Okay, so this is very easy. We will go to the twist. We will go to the twist register. Okay, and just give them the value. 0 that means output, and 1 that is input. Okay, and when we have the give the twist, okay, so we already know that okay, this one is output and this one is input. And then if we want to control, we just give the value in the port. Example, we want this one a output 1, that means 5 volt, right? So we just give them 1, right? And here is 1. Okay, because this is the input, we don't care. This is input, we don't care, right? So we don't care, so we just give them output.